Hello, welcome to the latest episode of Driving with Dan. This is episode 27, and today is the 30... No, it's not. It's the 1st. It's the 1st of June. I filmed a video on Wednesday, but I managed to delete it, and it didn't work. So actually now it's Friday, and I'm going to try and upload it today. So this is going to be a film today and upload today. But then again, it is me, so it's probably Monday by the time you're watching this. But yes, so in today's video we're going to be talking about Silverstone, as both of us went to Silverstone. Also Jaguar, and a lot about autonomous vehicles, but also electric vehicles. And Honda, who have produced a new car that really isn't... car in inverted commas. But it's not really a Honda. Well, it is a Honda, but it's not production. Yes, anyway. So the first topic then is Silverstone, and we went to Silverstone for the World Rallycross. So it was an event with Speed Machine, and it was fantastic. I think it came up very, very last minute, and didn't really know what to expect. It's the first event that's ever been at the Silverstone, and yeah, amazing. So basically, we walked in and instantly had to cross the main GP circuit, and on the straight was Jaguar, and they had the new F-Pace SVR. I loved it. What did you think?
I really liked it. It was nice, and like they had the Jaguar experience as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. So the F-Pace SVR, got to sit inside it. Didn't get to hear it, but we know how it sounds, so that's not really a problem. And yeah, no, very, very nice place to be. So it's on my dream car garage now. So once you got past that, you had to go through the main pit garage of the Silverstone GP circuit. So you had to walk through the pits, which is cool. And then onto sort of the inside towards the Stowe circuit, and that's where they were having the World Rallycross. So basically you walk straight through, and then behind the pit garage there's suddenly just loads and loads of trucks with all the pit crews. Yeah. So it's through the pit crews and stuff. They had all the cars. It was really awesome just to have sort of a walk through the paddock. So you couldn't get up too close to the cars because, of course, that was sort of the garage owned and they wanted their bit of space. But you could walk through the paddock essentially, and amazing. Yeah, no, really, really good event. So considering I didn't know what to expect, and the first time the event's ever been there, I really, really enjoyed it. So here's a quick clip of the event. Hello, welcome to Silverstone. Drifting.
How sick was that?
Bagsy's GTR sounds mint. Absolutely mint. yeah, so there you can see there was some drifting, there was some jumps, and overall a very, very good event. So yeah, no, thumbs up to that. And if you do get the chance to go next year, or to any of the World Rallycross events really, or even the British Rallycross or any Rallycross at all, do it, because it's fantastic fun. Anyway, so the next topic then, Jaguar. Of course this is Driving with Dan, so we have to be talking about Jaguar or Land Rover or both. In this case it's about the I-Pace, and there's been sort of some mentioning about the I-Pace SVR. And of course the main feature of an SVR is that 5-litre V8. But the I-Pace won't have that because it's electric. The screen just glitched. I don't know if that just came out then, but that was weird. Yeah, so the I-Pace is going to be electric, and the sort of the standard thing you would think about is electric. Okay, they're going to go for really fast acceleration, and it's going to be a quick and capable car. But actually, they're going for handling. They said that they're having sort of, well, I'm not going to be a direct quote because I can't exactly remember what they said, but it was along the lines of having too much torque and too much power.
They're limiting it, aren't they?
Well, yeah,
like it could have more.
Yeah, they said
decided to give it less.
exactly. They basically said we could build a car that's too fast for British roads, but for roads in general. Is essentially what they said. So they're saying that actually it's almost unsafe how fast you could build an electric car to accelerate, and actually there's less of a challenge in building a fast accelerating car than there is in building a well-handling car. Which is kind of a little bit of a dig at Tesla, I feel. But I'm all with that. I think actually building a well-handling electric car is something that isn't around that much. And with the I-Pace, they've got a 50-50 weight distribution. Of course, the battery is right in the floor, so the weight is kept very, very low. So it's going to basically be a Lotus, if you ask me. Yeah, so that they say that actually they might have to do some training for electric cars if you're going to be building such a fast accelerating car, because if, say, that's your first time an electric car is in the I-Pace SVR and it's built to do 0 to 60 in 1.5 seconds or something ridiculous.
They were going to give out courses, weren't they?
Exactly, you would have to do like almost a course just so you're ready and braced for it. But no, I think it does kind of make sense. And with Jaguar doing their I-Pace Trophy Cup, whatever it's called, which is their one-make race series, you know, they've proved the technology and said, yes, we could build a fast car, but they've actually thought about it and thought maybe building the fastest car we can for the roads maybe isn't the best idea, and focusing on handling is actually something that's a bit more usable. So it doesn't mean it's going to be a slouch. It's not going to be slow, but you know, it's going to be usable as well. You know, you might get more range if it's not just built to accelerate like anything. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, it's a change of scenery. We're in the British countryside. Yeah, we're not in standard town driving through where I got to be somewhere. Yeah, so also on the lines of Jaguar then, is talking about autonomous vehicles. And this also does kind of link to the I-Pace SVR. And they're saying that actually, whilst autonomous does seem to be the way forward, and it's the way that everyone seems to be going, whether they like it or not, Jaguar have said that they will actually continue to keep building cars for drivers. So whilst autonomous seems to be the way forward, and it's going to be in sort of the situations where you don't really want to drive, say, motorways, say, quite boring, you know, dull city roads, autonomous, yeah, you know, it does make sense. But for when you get that good B or A roads, they're saying that actually we will still be producing drivers' cars. And that is such good news to hear. And I'm sure it won't be Jaguar alone with that. I'm sure BMW will be agreeing. I'm sure Audi and all of the alike will be constantly be building good drivers' cars. And they said that as long as there's demand, but there will always be demand. So yeah, that's very good news. I'm very happy with that. So then, still on the topic of Jaguar Land Rover, but this one actually on the Land Rover side and on autonomous vehicles. Land Rover have been developing autonomous vehicles for off-road. And I would disagree with that and say that's a horrible idea, but then actually you're better thinking, and actually that's a fantastic idea, because with off-road, you know, it can be quite unpredictable. And you say if you're driving, you know, you're not that experienced and you just want to try getting a hand of off-roading, and suddenly you get into a situation which actually is almost beyond your limits, where you're not quite sure how to do it. Having that autonomous system as sort of a backup to your sort of the driving could be fantastic, because yeah, if you get a bit stuck, if you don't quite know how to deal with the situation, but you don't want to ruin your car, say you're in the new Range Rover Sport, and that is what, a £60,000 car, you don't want to be scratching that because you don't quite know what you're doing. So with an autonomous sort of being there to deal with it, to sort of get you over the certain situations, then you can take over control again. But yeah, no, that is a good idea, and I think that's and the thing with off-road is I think you don't quite have to have the safety of being on-road, because the situations are different. Because off-road, if say you're creating an autonomous system where you're limited to what, 2-3 miles an hour, suddenly that's a whole load of safety concerns you don't have to worry about, because at 2-3 miles an hour, what's going to happen? So I think it's a system we're going to see, and I'd love to see sort of some of the footage from it. And some other manufacturers trying to do it as well. But yeah, no, I'm very, very excited to see that, and I think it is a good idea, and I would love to see it working. So yeah, no, excited for that and the future of that. Anyway, we're moving away from Jaguar Land Rover. The next topic is about Honda, and have a look at this image. So there we are. Now that's the picture of a Civic Type R, but with the back half just cut off. This is actually from Honda, but I think it's sort of just a one-off bit of a project, just to show sort of the engineering side, and just, I don't know, a bit of an advert. Yeah, basically. So it is an advert to show off the engineering and skills that they've got. And it's pretty cool, isn't it? I think it's an idea of sort of the Ute as the pickup sort of sports vehicle. That's a completely different ballgame to the rest of them, because all of the rest of them, when you think of a Ute, you think of an American sort of car, or an Australian sort of you think El Camino, really, don't you? So you think of V8 in the front, rear wheel drive, and a bit of a pickup. But this is front wheel drive, front engine, and on sort of the side of the hot hatch. And I really, really like that. As you can see in the image, there was a picture of the 2 Honda lawnmowers in the back, which is just cool, isn't it? You know, it's never going to go into production. It's just to show off sort of what they do, and they're going to have a bit of fun. But no, I really, really like that. And
Are they going to take her on there?
yes, yeah. So there's idea of them trying to take it around the Nürburgring and set it so they'll have the fastest front-wheel drive pickup truck around the Nürburgring. And the only thing with that is I don't know what the fastest front-wheel drive pickup truck at the moment is.
Is there one?
So yeah, no, I'm sure they will set the record, because I don't think that's a hard one to beat. But I would love to see that. I'd love to see more of it. And come on, other manufacturers, Ford, when are you going to build your Focus RS pickup truck? Yeah, no, it's a good idea. No, yeah, a bit of fun, and I love it. I'd love to see it some shows sort of around the UK this year. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the change of scenery, literally, and the change of position, actually, because Jess is driving. We haven't crashed yet. Yeah, no, you're a safe driver. Yeah, no, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe and all of that business. And, you know, comment if you would like to see more of this sort of position. Because we've got a few shows that we're going to this year. So it'll be more like this sometimes. Or actually Jess could be taking the camera and doing it that way. You never know. We can mix it up and try with different things over the summer. Just before we go, just forgot to mention about Coventry. So we're going to Coventry this weekend as well, tomorrow. So if you're watching this before tomorrow and are thinking about coming to Coventry, we will be there. So I'll be wearing my Clarkson Dan t-shirt, of course. I might not be. No, I will, I'll do it. So if you're around and you've watched this video in about half an hour that it's been up probably, come and say hello. We'll try and be there. I'm expecting no one that's watching this video will be there, but why not? I'm just going to mention it anyway. So yes, Coventry Motor Fest, and if you don't know what that is, there'll be a video to follow. Whether it'll be in a driving wheel down format, or whether it'll be a standalone video, I don't know. But yes, Coventry Motor Fest is going to be fantastic, and Jaguar. Anyway, cheers!